Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov expresses Russia's disappointment that the UN did not quickly respond to the demand of an investigation into the incident of chemical weapons use near Aleppo. Syrian army units sight and siege on terrorists, restoring security to al-Dwailaa and al-Assad and scoring great progress in Damascus countryside. British and American intelligence admit the killing of an American and a British national while participating in fighting along with terrorist groups in Syria. Good afternoon, this is News in English from the Syrian Arab Division in Damascus. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov expressed Russia's disappointment that the UN did not quickly respond to the demand of an investigation into the incident of chemical weapons use in Khan al-Assad near Aleppo.
Terrorism is spreading quickly in the states neighboring Syria, including Turkey, whose current government is supporting terrorist groups in Syria by all means. The Turkish authorities announced that they detained a terrorist group affiliated to al-Nusra Front who had a quantity of a toxic Sarin gas. The group was planning to attack Ankara air base in the Turkish city of Adana. Sources said that the Sarin gas arrived to Turkey from Libya aboard a passenger plane. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov expressed Russia's disappointment that the UN did not quickly respond to the demand of an investigation into the accident of chemical weapons used in Khan al-Assad area near Aleppo. Speaking at a press conference he held in Moscow, Lavrov said Russia feels great disappointment with the political games of the UN General Secretariat, that it failed to respond to this demand with a possible accuracy and speed. Lavrov pointed out that the Russian Foreign Ministry was waiting for the Turks to provide information on the results, which they came out with quickly and in full. He stressed the need for a thorough investigation into such cases. The Turkish media reported earlier that the Turkish intelligence seized 12 persons from Jabhat al-Nusra with links to al-Qaeda in Adana city in southern Turkey and confiscated 2 kilograms of toxic sarin gas, ammunition, several documents and digital information were in their possession. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council has added al-Qaeda-linked Jabhat al-Nusra terrorist group to the UN Sanctions Blacklist. A statement issued by the Security Council Committee monitoring sanctions said that the decision subjects Jabhat al-Nusra to the global arms embargo and asset freeze. U.S. diplomats said earlier that the Council's 15 members came unanimously in favor of listing Jabhat al-Nusra as a terrorist organization. Syria has repeatedly warned against horrible crimes committed by al-Nusra Front, but the UN Security Council ignored the Syrian letters in this concern.
The Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Alexander Lukashevich said that Syria's request for holding a UN investigation of Qatar's involvement in the abduction of personnel from the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force UNDOF in Golan deserves attention. In a statement, Lukashevich said that the UNDOF is an important factor to stability, which is why the repeated incidents of attacking and abducting its personnel by members of the armed Syrian opposition drew harsh criticism from Security Council members. He noted that it is clear that those who seek to hamper the UNDOF mission are pushing the area towards a volatile situation. The United States Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI confirmed that a 33-year-old American woman called Nicole Lynn Mansfield was killed while fighting in Syria. Nicole's aunt, Monica Mansfield, said that Nicole had converted to Islam after her marriage to an Arab immigrant. Mansfield and 2 other foreigners were killed while they were fighting with armed terrorist groups in Syria. Britain also admitted the killing of one of its citizens while he was fighting along with terrorists in Syria. Earlier, an army unit ambushed a terrorist group in Idlib and killed 3 of its members, including Mansfield and the British national. Chancellor of Austria Werner Faymann called for finding a political solution for the crisis in Syria, voicing concern over the EU's decision to lift the embargo on supplying weapons to the Syrian opposition. During a cabinet session, Feynman said that more weapons don't solve the problem. Rather, this increases tension in the region, voicing regret over the positions of some EU countries regarding arming the opposition and Austria's failure to prevent the decision on this issue. Russian presidential assistant Yuri Oshkov stressed that the European Union's decision to lift the embargo on providing the opposition in Syria with weapons does not help in preparing for the international conference to solve the crisis in Syria. Oshkov expressed in a press conference in Moscow his country's welcome of the Syrian authorities' intention to participate in the international conference. The Russian official expressed regret that there is not yet a clear picture on the part of the opposition regarding the international conference, nor there is a clear picture concerning the participation of regional countries. Hoping to know the details after the tripartite meeting between Russia, the US and the UN on June 5th in Geneva. Students at Al Jazeera Private University in Deir ez-Zor province have staged a spontaneous rally to hail the sacrifices of the Syrian army, calling upon it to eliminate all terrorist groups. The students headed for the headquarters of the province, marching from their university's building in al-Dwailaa village, with a massive participation of the locals of both the countryside and the province, raising high banners and the Syrian flags and shouting slogans that salute the Syrian army. They further called upon the army to exterminate all the mercenary terrorists and to put an end to the bloodshed of Syrians. Terrorists fired 3 mortar shells on the residential neighborhood of al-Dwailaa area in Damascus, causing the injury of 4 citizens and big material damage in that area. An official source said that the terrorists targeted a crowded area, causing the injury of 4 citizens and big material damage to the residential buildings and the cars parked in the site. In al-Assad city and its countryside, Syrian Arab Army destroyed a number of terrorist dens in the southwestern neighborhood of the city, killing some of them. Meanwhile, the Syrian Arab Army units destroyed a number of the terrorist vehicles, weapons and ammunition near al-Dwailaa roundabout, as they destroyed 2 terrorist hideouts in the western neighborhood in the city. The Syrian Arab Army also controlled a number of residential blocks in the middle of al-Assad city, where the terrorists were taking shelter, using them to target army units. Syrian Arab Army units also eliminated an armed terrorist group in eastern al-Dwailaa village in al-Assad countryside, destroying all their weapons and ammunition. In Damascus countryside, units of the armed forces have restored security and peace to Saqa, Tal Saqa, al-Dilba and al-Mansura in eastern Ghouta, and destroyed a 200 meters tunnel used by terrorists stretching from Harasta to the west of Damascus-Homs highway. Moreover, other units of the armed forces cleared Syria Mills and its surroundings area in al-Ghizlaniya from all terrorists. For the second day running, the Turkish have taken to the streets to express rejection of the reckless policies of Erdogan's government. Thousands have gathered in the streets surrounding Taksim Square, downtown Istanbul, and others headed for the parliament in the capital Ankara, demanding Erdogan to resign. The Turkish police have fired tear gas to disperse the demonstrators. Reports have indicated that the public demonstrations expressed opposition to the attitude taken by the Turkish government vis-à-vis Syria and other issues. That was it. More details on our website www.syriaonline.sy. Stay with us after the break, our economic news.